welcome to my channel. I've had a change of name, you may have noticed. I'm still Angela, obviously, but I've changed my sewing name, as it were, to Devon Thread Tales. I just wanted to have something that was a little bit more exciting than Angela and then sews. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all, but I just wanted to be a little bit different. And I'm from Devon, so that made sense. And I'm telling you tales and stories of my sewing journey. So I hope you like it. I hope it hasn't caused any confusion, but that's the reason behind it. So today is all about my March makes, and I'm going to get on with showing you all the bits and pieces I've done so far. I'll start with a few things that I've made for other people, mainly my family. So I started with this pattern, which is the Burda, what's the number? 6602. I chose to do this pattern for my husband. First of all, I wanted to make him a jumper or some sort of t-shirt, and this pattern came up on a Stitch Sisters video. They did a series of videos on man sewing with shirts and different bits and pieces, and this was one of the patterns that they suggested, and I bought it because I thought I would do him a t-shirt. But actually, while I was away visiting my daughter a little while ago, I went to a shop in Cambridge. The name's completely escaped me, but I am going to search the name out, and I will make sure I put it on the links, put it on a link down below. But this is like a jersey. It's almost like a knitted kind of look to it. And it's just got this on the back of it. It's really warm and snuggly. It's very, very soft. And I made him this top. I made it right at the beginning of March. I can't remember when I made it, but Satisfaction are doing a Great British Sewing Bee sew along, and they're doing a different theme every week. And the week that I entered this in, it was the Jersey week, so it was quite nice to do that, and it was quite good fun and lovely to see everybody else's versions of what they were doing. Anyway, I made this for my husband. He's really, really pleased with it. He says it's super warm and snuggly. I did look at lots of reviews on this before I started sewing it, because I wasn't quite sure what size to do. Based on his measurements, I would have done a medium, and I think I actually went down 2 sizes. I think I ended up doing an extra small, looking at what other people had said about it. And then I took the time to measure some of his ready-to-wear garments, and it would have been huge if I'd made it in the suggested size that they had, that they put on their pattern. He also asked if he could have a cuff put on it, and I only put a very tiny one, and I did the same on the hem so it matched in. I think when I make this again, because I'm definitely going to make it again for him, because it looks really smart on, I think another time I will do it in a thin t-shirt material, and then I will just turn the ends over and hem it as it's suggested in the pattern. But with this, I just thought because it was a bit heavier weight, it probably would look better, and he's much happier with it that way. I'm going to insert a video or a photo or whatever I can manage to insert of him wearing it. So the next garment that I made was again for my husband, and I made him a shirt, and this is the McCall's M6044. I made this because of a lady that I follow on Instagram. I'm pretty sure her name is Freya Sews, but I'll have to check that, and again I'll put a link in below. She's made several versions of this for her boyfriend, or it might be her husband actually, sorry, her husband, her brother and her dad, all very different from each other, and they're just absolutely lovely. I was going to make this a couple of months ago, but I ended up making the Sew Over It Hackney shirt, and I was really pleased that I did. It was a really good make, and it had such amazing step-by-step instructions. Obviously, Sew Over It is an independent pattern company, and this is one of the bigger, larger ones. And I have to say, oh sorry, my dogs are barking outside. I have to say that the instructions on this weren't quite as easy. They weren't difficult at all, and actually the whole making of the shirt was very, very easy. I'm glad that I had made the Hackney shirt first, because she, Lisa Comfort, explains how to do it with flat felled seams, and in this one you just sew it up and neaten the seams, which is absolutely fine. And I think if I had done that, I would have been perfectly happy with it. But because I had already done the flat felled seams on the Hackney shirt, I thought, well, I could just do it on this one. I don't have to follow the pattern exactly. So I was very careful with it, and this is what I came up with. So this material is from Fabworks Mill. It's just a shirting cotton. I'm really, really happy with it. It was, like I say, a very simple make, especially because with this one I only did the short sleeve version. On the Hackney shirt I did the cuffs, which made it a bit more complicated and a bit more lengthy. I think if I hadn't have done the flat felled seams, this would have been an incredibly fast make, but obviously I put the flat felled seams in, so it just made it a little bit slower. I opted to go for the 2 pockets on the front, and I changed the direction of the pattern instead of the way it suggests, so that it looked a little bit different on the front. I really, really took my time with this to make sure that I laid the pattern out and was very, very careful with my pattern cutting, because I wanted to get the pattern matching just right, and I'm really pleased with how it came out. I think I've got it bang on, and it was worth that time of really measuring it out very, very carefully. This shirt, unlike the Hackney shirt, doesn't have a yoke on it, so again, very simple. It does have a collar stand and then the collar, obviously. Not an awful lot to say about this one, other than I'm very, very pleased with it. Obviously, I'll insert, again, picture or video of him wearing it. Had a few problems with this, and again, a bit of a learning curve. I had some problems with my sewing machine. My sewing machine's quite new, really. It's only about 5 or 6 months old, and I was having problems with the top thread when I was sewing. Looked absolutely fine, and then when I finished and I turned it over, the bobbin thread had looped and gone really, really funny. I tried all sorts of different things. I changed my needle, I tried different fabric. I made sure, I mean, the cotton that I was using was very good quality cotton. It was Guthrie-Ghani. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I just couldn't work it out. Then I did a bit of Googling, as you do, and somebody suggested that maybe the bobbin needed a clean out. So I hadn't really given it any thought, because in my mind my machine was still new. So I took apart the bobbin bit in the machine and it looked perfectly fine. And then I got a brush and went around, and oh my word, loads of dirt and dust came out of it, and I hadn't really given it a thought. I've been sewing very, very frequently with this machine, and I've sewn a lot of jersey, quite a bit of fleece and bits and pieces like that. Just hadn't really given it a thought. Then I read it said that it suggests that you clean the bobbin compartment out after every 2 full bobbins have been used up. I reckon I've probably used about 20, so that's why. So I've cleaned it, it now works absolutely fine, but it was a bit of the frustration, because it was while I was doing this, and I thought, well, I'm using cotton, I can't sew anything any easier than cotton. But there you go, you learn something new every day, and that was the thing I learnt when I was sewing this shirt. So yeah, really, really pleased with it. I'll insert some pictures and videos. I forgot to say about what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Ogden Cami, which I didn't make this month, which is a bit naughty that I'm sharing it really, but I made it during the summer last year. I made it when I was still quite new to sewing. This was the second one that I'd made. I made the first one and made a bit of a mistake with it. I didn't read the instructions properly, something that I now try and make sure I do all the time. I hadn't realised, I just assumed all pattern companies use the 1.5 centimetre seam allowance, and it doesn't. So I made it with that, and it actually only needed a centimetre seam allowance. The first one I made is so pretty, and it's really, really lovely. I'm really happy with how I made it. But I can't really wear it, it's just too tight. This one sort of sits fairly snugly across my chest, but it's roomy enough that it's not too tight. I made this from a fabric that I bought from Haberdashery Fabrics and more, a haberdashery shop in Plymouth. It's a very, very lightweight, soft drapey viscose, I'm going to guess it is. I didn't take a lot of notice of what materials were when I first started sewing. I just would feel things and go, oh yeah, that's nice, or that's not, and not really look at what it was. So I'll show you what this looks like. Hopefully you can see from there. It's just really nice fitting. I haven't made any adjustments to this at all. It's got a lovely V back to it. The only thing with the Ogden Cami is you can't tell which is the back and the front. So when I made this, I actually put a little label in the back of it. But if you don't have labels, just if you've got a bit of ribbon, just pop a little bit of ribbon in the back or something, because I'm always like, which way round is it meant to be? But just a lovely, lovely top, and I will make loads of these this year, I think. Now that I'm a bit more confident with my fabric buying and I know what I'm looking for online, then I will buy some bits and pieces and make these again. Just, you can make them up in plain materials to go with pattern things. You can wear a patterned one like this. I think they're so versatile. That with a little cardi or a little jacket, I think they're great. So yeah, big thumbs up for the Ogden Cami. I can't show you the other thing that I've made because my daughter's gone away and she's got it with her. But I said in my plans video that I was going to make the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book pattern, which is the Bibi skirt with the pinafore top. Now I made her this, and I made it in almost the same colour. It might even be the same fabric as what's in the book. She's really, really pleased with it. I absolutely love it. It was a very easy make. I think, based on what I've seen and what hers looks like, I will make myself the skirt version. I don't think I'll wear it with a pinafore. I don't think that's my style. It looks lovely on her. I had time before she went away to make her a top. I was a bit boring, really. I just made her practically exactly this outfit, to be honest with you. So the top I made her was the Freya top, but I made it with 3/4 length sleeves instead of short sleeves, and it was stripy. I have got a little video of her in it before she went away. She's very lucky. She's studying French and Spanish at university, and she's gone away on a trip to Paris, and then she's going to Valencia to practice her speaking. And so I think that's quite nice that she was able to go away with a little handmade garment from her mum. Anyway, I think it's nice. Maybe she doesn't, but it looks lovely, and I'll show a video of it here. So I've got two more items that I made for my children. The first one, they're all from the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. The first one is the Tilly and the Buttons Frankie baseball tee. Now, I've wanted to make this for quite some time, and my children have got ready-to-wear t-shirts that are just like this, and they've got a bit too small, so I thought, right, I'm going to make you some. I bought this white material. I really struggled to find some decent quality white t-shirt fabric anywhere. I certainly couldn't get any locally, and I got this from Loubodufabrics. Really, really quick service. The quality of it is absolutely lovely. It's not, you know, sometimes you can get t-shirt material and it's a bit see-throughy, but this isn't. It's lovely and thick. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I made her this, and I had said that I was going to make the Tilly and the Buttons Stella Hoodie dress for my other daughter, and she wanted it all lined in lime green. And I had lots of this lime green material left, so I did the sleeves and things in it in the lime green for her. I think she's quite pleased with it, but I think she would like it in some other colours as well, which is fine. This material was actually from a local haberdashery called Make in Plymouth. Really gorgeous, super quality jersey again, gorgeous colour. This was a nice, easy make. Nothing really to say about it. I have got a little video of her wearing it, so again I'll try and insert that. I did, on my other videos, I've said that I've been having a bit of trouble with twin needling, and I was too afraid to do the twin needle on this, so I did a zigzag stitch to finish off the hems on this, and I'm pretty pleased with it. Most of it has turned out okay. There are a couple of places where I'm not overly happy how it's turned out, but I think with a little bit of help with some other people, So Pretty Kitty, she put a she actually commented on one of my other videos and suggested I watched one of her videos on twin needling, and I watched that, and it was really, really helpful. Lots of other people have suggested that I put some kind of an interfacing, maybe a knit interfacing or a stay tape underneath where I'm going to do the twin needling, and I've tried that as well, and I've been having some really good results with that. So hopefully that's a way forward. So many people commented on the twin needling problems that I was having, and it was really, really lovely, and it was all really, really helpful. I've tried lots of different things, and I think I'm coming up with a good way of finally getting it all sorted. Definitely overlocking the edge of my material, then using a stay tape, and then making sure that I twin needle over both of those sections, and that seems to be getting it just right. So I'll insert a video of my daughter wearing the Frankie baseball tee, and then I'll go on to the next make. Sorry. So last make for my children, on the last make of Selfless Sewing, my daughter wanted the sleeveless version of the Stella hoodie dress. I had this gorgeous fleecy, really, really nice fleece material from Guthrie-Ghani, and she said, oh, could I have it in that, and can I have it all lined in lime green? I wasn't really sure about it, but I'm so pleased I did. I think it makes it really, really nice. She's ever so pleased with it. I managed to buy these shoelaces off of eBay. Oh, that's all a bit wrinkled there, sorry. I bought these off of eBay. They were very, very cheap. I made sure that I kept all of the top stitching. I don't know if you can see that at all. No, it's not going to come up on the screen, but all of the top stitching all around it I did in lime green, and then I lined all the pockets in lime green, and then all the, again, you won't be able to see it, but this is all top stitched in lime green around the bottom as well. She's ever so pleased with it. It fits her lovely. I think she's going to wear it lots. She definitely can wear it without a top underneath it, with just some trainers on or something like that, but I think she can also wear it with a long sleeve or 3/4 length sleeve top on underneath, maybe a pair of leggings and some trainers with that on over the top. She's ever so pleased. I think it looks lovely. Again, not much more to say about this, but as with all of Tilly and the Buttons patterns, they're just so easy and really lovely to follow. Yeah, so that's this make. I'll put a video of her in wearing it too. So I did actually make myself something this month. I said that I have been going to a class which is run by a lovely lady, and we've been making the Brumby Skirt, Neilson Brumby Skirt. I'm going to show it to you first while I'm not wearing it, because I think you'll be able to see it better, and then I'll pop it on and show what it looks like on. So the Neilson skirt, I've got the pattern here actually. There's 3 versions of it, and I made this version, which you make out of a stiffer material with big pockets, and you do all the top stitching. So I just made mine out of denim, and I'm really, really pleased with it. It is such a cute skirt. I haven't worn it yet, but I know I'm going to wear it loads. So I did all the top stitching in red, as you can see. I lined the inside of the pockets with this funky heart red material. I did all of the waistband on the inside in red, and I did an exposed zip and kept that all in red as well. So I'll just pop and go and put this on and show what it looks like. I've just had to change my camera around a little bit so I can show you the skirt. And that's it. It's quite short. I think I could definitely wear it just like this with flip-flops, nice little top, but I also think it would work really well with quite thick tights and a thicker jumper type top too. So yeah, really, really pleased with it. And I love the exposed zip at the back too. I'm filming this little bit on a different day, just why I look a bit different, and I'm in a different room because the sun is absolutely beaming in where I would normally film, and you just can't see anything. But the last thing that I wanted to show you was my ginger jeans. I am not going to put this down as a complete triumph. I'm not going to put it down as a complete sewing fail either, but I've had quite a struggle with these, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I first of all made them up in the wrong size. I made them way too big, and instead of trying to adjust the pattern, all I actually did was try to take in the seam allowances and things. And it's okay, it hasn't worked brilliantly. I have made lots and lots of errors with this. I really love things like top stitching. I like the precision of putting things together and joining seams up and pattern matching and all that kind of thing. And I've definitely failed, maybe that's a bit of a strong word, but seem to have failed on those counts for my ginger jeans. So I'm going to show you what I've done. I think I'll have to move around a little bit to show you what they look like because of getting it all in the screen. They are in a stretch denim from Sew Over It in an olive green. I've top stitched them but not with a top stitch thread because I didn't have, at the time of starting them, a top stitch thread needle. So I've done them in a variegated cotton, which is quite pretty, it's quite nice, but have a little look and see what you think. So it's really difficult to show you all of these with my head in it and my body in it, so I'll just walk up a bit closer so that you can see. So I originally made these in a size 12, and instead of adjusting the pattern I took it in just on the side seams, and it was at least 1.5 inches on each seam. I think I need to potentially go down one size, if not 2 sizes. They're still quite, to be honest, for me, they still feel a bit roomy, but I persevered with them because I wanted to finish and use all the techniques that were in the pattern, putting the belt loops on, the pockets. I've done all the, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but all the top stitching in this variegated cotton. I did all the top stitching on the pockets, etc. I misaligned the seam at the back, which was really frustrating. I must have put that in about 3 or 4 times, but I still got it wrong. But I'm okay with these, and I will keep wearing them. I'm wearing it today with a Sew Over It silk cami that I wore, I made last year, which is quite nice. It goes really nicely with work outfits and things, but I thought it would go nicely with this. I am pleased with them, but I really, really want to make them again. It hasn't put me off. If anything, it's just made me hungry to want to make them again, but make them well and make them properly. Sorry, my head's half in and half out of the shot. Anyway, so there we go. That's my ginger jeans, and I will have a break from making jeans for definitely quite a few weeks and have a go at making them again, maybe in a couple of months' time, something like that. So that's everything for today. That's everything that I made in March. Again, quite a mammoth amount of sewing. I feel really naughty saying this. I've enjoyed making things for other people so much. I'm going to be really selfish next month and I'm going to make a lot more stuff for myself. There's lots of patterns that I keep seeing that I'd really like to make, and materials and bits and pieces. So I'm going to be a little bit more selfish next month and make some more stuff for me. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that has subscribed, to everybody that made lovely comments, and just thanks for joining in and saying hi, really. If you are new to the channel and you'd like to see more of what I've made, then please do subscribe and like. That would be lovely. Other than that, everybody have a really good week, and I hope you're all well.